Hi, my name is Josh Stokes. I've lived in Southwest Virginia my entire life. I've visited other places around the world, around the country, and there's just something about Southwest Virginia that is unique and special. Unfortunately, I can't quite put into words what makes it so special. So I'm going to show you. We're going to visit various businesses, events, and talk to the people who make this such a wonderful place to live. So join me on the community show. I can't wait to see you there. Every 2 years, Floyd Center of the Arts invites painters from up and down the eastern United States to come and paint the beauty of Floyd. For an entire week, 30-plus artists are working to capture the essence of our small town and apply it to canvas.
Floyd Plein Air Biennial is an event that was born in 2015 out of a very small event that we had just to see if the artists would even come to the county and paint. It was successful, and this is the third time that we have had it. We have it every 2 years. And what is on plein air? So the artists are going outside, painting on plein air or in the open air. So that's what that means.
So, what kind of painting are you doing right here? How would you describe it?
Just a little tiny piece of downtown Floyd. There's so many things to paint here, it's extremely hard to pick something. I decided to pick something that maybe no one else would. Plus, it made me stand out of the wild part of town while I was painting. As the night goes on, there won't be so many people here. They'll all be up there partying. So I decided to do this very weathered wooden old building that says County Sales Record Store. So I will have that sign in it. I will not be 100% accurate to the building. It's one of those things I pick and then I go, my goodness, why did I pick that? Because all those steps and angles and windows, but it'll be different. And I like doing buildings most of the time. So this one will be a challenge. I'm painting with acrylic paint, which dries very quickly. So that's a plus. It's also sometimes a minus. I paint in watercolor a lot, and sometimes lately I've been painting in oil, which I really love, but I was afraid to do that here. So I'm doing acrylic because I'm more familiar with it than I am with the oil. And we'll see what happens. It's fun. I like people stopping and asking me questions and talking to me. I've not done this kind of plein air before in a town with a lot of people. I do a lot of plein air on my own in the country with trees and rivers and clouds and flowers and maybe a cow here and there. But buildings and tons of people and cars and action is a very different experience for me. But I'm having fun so far.
While visiting the artists on the street, I was able to talk to a few as they broke down their personal process and offered a few tips. Having the Friday night music in the background made it a surreal experience.
I'm just I'm out in front of the Floyd Country store and I'm doing a preliminary sketch. I always do a sketch on my sketch pad first so I can kind of get an idea of what my composition's going to look like before I actually start to draw on the page. And I use photos sometimes from my phone if I take a picture of somebody that's moving because I need some sort of reference. But it's interesting what you could do. You can if somebody gets up and leaves that you're drawing, you can just draw the person next to them. You can take some features, and so your figures kind of end up being morphs of different people that you see. They have a saying in art that you draw the most important thing first. So if your people are important in your piece, then you want to get them before they get up and move or leave. You want to get them because they're the most important thing. I don't think that building's going anywhere. So I think I'm safe with it being here for a while. But the light is changing as I'm drawing. And I am going to do a watercolor. And but like I was saying, you want to get the most important thing done first, and you really need to have a nice drawing first. And this way you can have a sense of all the activity and the fun and the music. It's so great to stand here and listen, to be able to hear live music while I'm sketching and drawing. It's an artist's dream come true. Be here in Floyd tonight, making art, sharing art with people that I meet, talking about art, looking at art, listening to music, to art. It's a great place. Got to get that ice cream cone. That looks good.
I might have to stop in there.
We got this angles off. Nobody's going to call me out on that angle. Right? There we go. You can take a few liberties with painting on location. You can move things around. You can change things a little bit. You can lay things out. It's one of the things I'm going to leave those bright yellow day glow crossing signs out, for example. Those aren't going to be in my painting. But these crosswalk things are. I think they're kind of real important. They kind of give I might have somebody crossing the street here on this thing. That'd be kind of a neat thing to add. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I like it. I like what I got going on here. There we go. There's a nice little corner for me to be able to sign my name down there. And let's see, I'm kind of wanting to do the foam pole. It could kind of add, the foam pole will kind of join the two parts of the composition. I have the sky up here and the ground here, obviously. And the foam pole will kind of help to unite the two parts of the thing. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I think it's going to be a good thing. I think I'm about ready to get out the watercolors now.
When the week is completed, the artists gather at the center to sell their art and showcase their work. The work and views contained in just a small area of canvas are breathtaking. During the final night, the art was hung and patrons were able to browse and purchase paintings from these work. All different styles and subjects were present.
like. If you'll find one of the volunteers in an apron such as this, we'll go over and mark it on the label with a red dot and cut half the label, which you take to the cashier downstairs in the gift shop and pay for it. And then when you return with the receipt, we'll happily take the painting down and you can take it with you this evening.
Once the art is up for sale and patrons have had a chance to purchase it, votes are cast and the ceremony of awards takes place. The guest judge explains his decisions, and the local business partners with the center hand out the awards.
The Silver Award is New Mountain Mercantile and Republic of Floyd. Would you like to come up?
Thank you.
All right, the Silver Award goes to John Eisman from Meadows of Dan. Here you go.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you for sponsoring. Congrats.
All right, we've come to, oh, sorry.
John's painting is, I love a painting that it tells a story in a very concise way. And so what I mean by that is that the artist had, a story to tell, and they used the information in front of them to tell that story. They didn't let the information in front of them use the artist. So we have to be careful sometimes we get tied to the scene. This was one of those scenes where I felt like, I could feel the thinking behind it. I felt like it was very orchestrated and that it was like a great composed piece of music. So in other words, there were lots of little things that balanced out. So if we have a note here that's maybe a little louder, then it graduates over here to something a little softer, but still grabs your attention. So when you look at this piece, notice how your eye moves around it and finds different little areas to kind of rest on for a little while and explore, but your eyes don't get stuck there. They move on to the next section and the next section, and then it wraps you back around into the design. It's a very beautifully constructed piece, so congratulations.
All right, we're to the final award. This is the gold award. And it goes to Natalia Andreeva.
Good.
For her piece on Neighboring Law. I want to say a little something about Natalia. If you've not seen all of her work around here, I think you should. I had the pleasure of watching her paint down at the river, and it was complete. It was just really eye-opening and a delight, and she is a delight in herself.
So, I encourage you to go look at all these paintings. This painting, the painting on the other side of this wall here of the mill, the way in which it's painted is so skillful that it just really, when I saw it, I was just like, oh wow. I mean, really I love to see when a painter can just take the paint and really make it do what they want it to. And I felt like that Natalia was able to take this scene and almost see it painted the way that she wanted it painted, and then just went right after it, and then almost, to the point where it looks like every stroke is in the perfect place, and if you were to move one piece of the puzzle, it could fall apart, but every piece is in just the right place, and it's this delicate balance of tonal qualities with some beautiful design work, and it even does some things like, breaks some conventional rules. For example, you hear, oh, don't put a fence right across the front of your painting. However, if you look at this painting, the way that your eye enters into it, it follows the fence line, and then it jumps from the fence right in and jumps over into the mill and is led by this little patch of green grass that leads your eye over to the mill. And it was just a really brilliant composition, and I felt like it just really was, all around the best painting in the entire show. So congratulations.
So we will be here for a little while longer. Tonight, the show will not hang any longer than this evening. The quick draw will hang a little bit longer. So if you see something you're inspired by and you would like to purchase it, we do have some wonderful folks milling about.
Look for the ladies with the red
with the aprons on, and we can help you purchase something that you're inspired by. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and for showing up again. So, thank you so much.